Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumps back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash 10-star event with the no new batch teams. These teams can use Robin and Crocodile as a friend captain, but you also don't need to use them. You can basically just run any other captain that is going to work very, very well for the team. But we're going to start it off with that particular variant where we are just running double captain, and then we're going to dive in with Robin and Crocodile, because if you can find Robin and Crocodile for your runs especially, you need to make sure that you're using them to get us most super boss tokens to take down the 15-star event. But let's dive in. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff, and let's do it. Starting it off with the quick variation. Now, the quick variation, I did pivot a character. I did take off Sabo, and I am utilizing Shiroshi Manchuri V1. Now, the pain is very, very annoying. It's 20,000 damage, so it is going to cause a little bit of a headache for some teams that don't have a lot of investment. Sabo should still work, but at the same time, like, you're better off just removing the pain, and that way you can get more damage output moving forward. So, like I said, I did pivot away from Sabo, and I have put on Shiroshi and Manchuri here. So on turn 1, we can basically just tap our way through, and on turn 2, we can deal with Perona. Now, these teams are level 30 plus proof, but obviously we are still very early in Kizuna. Let me know in the comment section below, and if there's enough demand for it, I will dive back in after level 30, showcasing the teams and how they kind of operate, but obviously we are going to run them as if we are doing level 30 right here. So Stage 2, Perona has Resilience. She also gives us Burn. So we are going to use one of our Shank specials here. We have the special of Kid and Law to give us the Chain Boundary and the end of turn damage. With the color affinity buff, we should have enough in us to just kill here. Now, the burn is a bit of an issue, but it's not going to be that big of an issue just yet. We take a 70% HP cut, which should keep us around 30,000, and then we take the burn damage. So make sure if you guys are hitting perfects, you just got to be very, very careful. You can obviously hit greats and stuff. You have the chain boundary and all that fun stuff, so you should be able to get through it without smashing perfects. But as you can see, you do get pain, and you do want to be above 20,000 when you move into this particular stage. So on this stage, we have a whole bunch of supports to deal with defense up, and we also have Nami Karina. But the first thing we're going to do is use the Shiroshi Manchuri special. Shiroshi Manchuri also have the recovery bind removal. I think it's like 10 turns, but it might not be. Hopefully you guys can remove it with your investments. But as you can see, we're going to remove the burn, and we're going to remove the pain debuff there. Now that we've removed the pain, we can just start like chipping our way through with our actual abilities. We are going to utilize our Shanks special because he has the support of Ben Beckman Lucky Roo to deal with 1 turn of defense up. We do have obviously a bunch of other supports to deal with it because it's 10 turns, which is very, very annoying. We have base stats with Nami and Karina. Using the Karina version of the special is going to allow us to get an orb boost, remove defense up, and remove the attack down. And then to remove the damage nullification, we have the Usopp and Lilith special. With that, we just have plenty of damage. We should be pretty hunky-dory to take it on. The only problem I can really see is if you can't get around the recovery bind that is after level 30, that might be a bit of an issue for some players if you guys don't have investments. On to the Dex variation now. We are going to be running double Rocks Pirates. As you can see, I do have Rocks Pirates on the team, but we are starting the quest with Odin, Kinemon, and Denjiro, the Captain Shift unit. Now, if you guys do not have Odin, Kinemon, Denjiro, I would just recommend using any other Captain Shift character. Realistically, all we want to do is just be able to use some sort of Captain swap on stage 2. So you could definitely just, again, substitute Kinemon, Denjiro, and Odin out for something else. But for me, I think they're probably going to work the best because they do have the ability to trigger the, the EX of Roger Rayleigh Gabon. So that's going to be a pretty big positive alongside Luffy and Yamato. So as you can see, we do get binded on the top row. It is only 3 turns, so it's really not that big of a deal. It is something that we can get around with supports. As you can see, we have the supports there. With the Captain Shift, we are going to swap down to Roger Rayleigh Gabon. Roger Rayleigh Gabon will get access to their EX, and the idea here is we're actually going to utilize their EX special. That's going to remove the positive buffs, which removes the barrier. We can then use the special of Odin, Kinemon, Denjiro. That's going to give us 3 turns of a chain boundary. And we can also use their super type as well. So don't really need that for the final stage. But it's just going to help out a little bit when it comes to damage right here. On top of that, if you really want to, you can... yeah, I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to super swap with Yamato and Luffy as well. That's going to give them a 1 orb, and it also gives free spirit characters color affinity, which means like Odin, Kinemon, Denjiro, and Luffy, Yamato, whoever has more investments for you, should, emphasis on the word should, be able to kill this particular stage. Unfortunately, they do not, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Okay, so you're going to have to use the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special there as well. That's so annoying. Okay, we're going to take 2 turns of despair here. And then the enemy's going to run away, which is a problem, because when we move into this final stage, I think it's going to go away, but the enemy is going to put up Threshold, and I don't know if Roger Rayleigh Gaban are going to remove it now. So we might have to... Well, actually, yeah, we lose the captain shift, so big issue there. We're going to have to use the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special there. I'll come back. Alright, so basically I just got back to the point before I actually switched with Yamato and Luffy. We're just going to bink the special of Roger Rayleigh Gaban here. That's going to allow us to just get, like, it should allow us to get a butt-ton more damage. What we actually might do here as well, we probably could have saved the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special, actually, and we could have just used the special of the Rocks Pirates. That's definitely going to be the play. I feel like that's the option that we should have gone for. Now we can basically just like tap our way through. Beautiful stuff. We should be able to easily kill here. We have a super tandem of Roger Rayleigh Gaban. Even if your Roger Rayleigh Gaban is only level 1, you'll still get a 1.75 times attack boost. So like that should be pretty hunky-dory. Should be. Anyway, so now that we can move into this final stage, we still have the swap of Ace Yamato, which is going to give them the color affinity, which is pretty good because obviously they are going to get the final tap, so that's always going to be fun. And then for this particular fight, you set the threshold to 0. We have the support of Mihawk to give end of turn damage. Remember, they really want you to use poison on this like fight here, but just utilizing Mihawk is, or it should, avoid the interrupt from Mihawk Perona, because we're using the special of Luffy Yamato to get an orb buff here. We get the set target with our other Rocks Pirates, and then finally we can just finish it off with the special of Lucci and Kaku to give us an attack boost here as well. And with that, wham bam, thank you ma'am, we should be absolutely golden. So there you guys go. That's the they're the no new batch teams. A few hiccups there. Hopefully we don't have the same issues when we bring Crocodile and Robin. Alright, now, same teams, but we are using Crocodile and Robin as a friend captain. Now, as I mentioned, you really want to try and find Robin and Crocodile for your runs. You can run any friend captain for your assists, just to get them done, help out your alliance members and stuff like that. You are still going to get Super Boss tokens doing it without a Robin and Crocodile friend captain, but obviously, with assists, you don't get them anyway. So, yeah, make sure you guys are utilizing Robin and Crocodile to your fullest advantage when you are doing your regular runs. Like, I can't stress that enough. And like I said, you might just be using the suicide strategy to sort of just let your alliance members help you out. But like I said, you should be in for a pretty good time here. So once again, we're going to use basically the exact same play that we had for this particular stage. But what we can actually do now is we can save the Crocodile and Robin special for the final stage, which is going to remove the defense up. So you don't really need that many shenanigans with this team, and you can use the Shanks special still on turn 2. Shanks is going to give you the multi-turn color affinity boost, and then is also going to allow you to kill this stage very easily. Remember, you still have the burn, so just be very, very careful with hitting your perfects. As you can see, you can kill with greats pretty easily. Shanks gives you a full bot of orbs, end of turn damage bypasses the resilience, and you have some resistance with Crocodile and Robin as well with their switch ability, so you can use that quite freely. Onto the final stage, you have the burn and the pain. I did check, Shiroshi Manchari do have 10 turns of recovery bind removal, so they're just going to take care of the recovery bind in the later stages by themselves, which is really, really handy. So make sure to use their special first. They are going to give you a monster heal, and then you can obviously remove the pain and you can remove the burn. To remove the defense up now, you have Crocodile and Robin. Crocodile and Robin give you a chain boundary, or they give you a color affinity boost, but because we have both, like, they're not really providing all that much besides poison, which can actually remove the damage nullification. So in hindsight, you don't really need to use the Usopp and Lilith special. You don't really need to use the Nami Karina special, besides for removing attack down, but like I said, you can just replace Nami Karina with anyone you like. But the upside to Usopp, Lilith, and Nami Karina is they are your attack booster, they are your orb booster, and with that, you can basically take down this stage fairly easily. So Robin and Croc, as a friend captain, getting it done, like, way easier, to be honest. But like I said, if you can't find them, you can still run double shanks. Alright, so moving on to the final fight now, the Dex one with Robin and Crocodile as a friend captain. Look, I'm a little bit nervous for this one because Oden, Kinemon, Dendro are not getting buffed under Robin and Crocodile. So, a little bit of a problem there. Neither is Kaku and Lucci. So, it's really going to be dependent on how much HP those mob units actually have. So, this team might not work, if I'm being completely honest. But at the same time, we're going to give it a red hot crack. So on turn 2, you still get the bind. Your captain's going to take care of that, so you don't need the supports this time. We are going to utilize the super swap of Oden, Kinemon, Dendro once again. We can then captain shift into the bottom left, which gives us Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban. Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban are going to take care of that very pesky barrier for us. That barrier removal is absolutely essential. We are going to use the Oden, Kinemon, Dendro special. We can also use the the super type of Oden, Kinemon, Dendro. And then, ideally, I think we want to use the Robin Crocodile special here. I think we want to swap with you as well. That's going to give us a chain addition buff. I'm terrified because Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban don't have that much going for them. We get some cerebral and that resistance. Use their special. It's going to apply poison. It's also going to give us color affinity, but they don't actually extend their own color affinity, which is a little bit annoying. But what we're going to do here first is we're actually going to tap with Robin and Crocodile. They're actually boosted, so they should easily kill that first stage. And then I'm hoping with the super tandem, we should be able to kill here. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so we can still kill the mobs. The mobs seem to have pretty low HP. I'm not 100% sure if the poison would actually take them out. But at the same time, if you just follow exactly what I did there, you'll be absolutely fine. Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban are going to set the threshold down nice and low to 0%. We have Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban to remove the special bind. We have the Mihawk support still to get around the resilience. We have color affinity here. We have an orb boost with Luffy and Yamato. Luffy and Yamato are going to give us some Wano orbs, but we can obviously get the Super Tandem through Wano slots, and then we still get that attack boost from, from Lucci and Kaku. But it's only for Powerhouse and Slasher characters, which obviously, like, the big ones here is going to be Luffy, Yamato getting, like, that pretty big. They actually don't get their final tap, which is just a little bit annoying. But as you can see, plenty of damage. Like I said, these teams are not going to be like 100 plus proof, but at the same time, they should get you past level 30 up to around level 50 or something like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Let's